literally watch how suddenly, like, a door opens, a light bulb goes off in your head. You actually find a way out of that situation, or a way through that situation, or find a way to actually manage that situation, that you're not overwhelmed. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Queen. Here I talk about psychological and physical health and how both of these are connected. If this is something that you're interested in, remember to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you know the next time a new video is released. Now, as you can see from the title of this video, we'll be talking about how to feel and actually be more powerful. And I believe this is a very, very, very serious topic, or something that we should really think about, because a lot of us are walking around with, not necessarily self-esteem issues, but like feeling like we're not powerful enough to take control of the situations around us. That's how I feel. Like, most people are just moving and going through their everyday lives, just agreeing to everything else that everybody else is saying, and not being in total control of the things that they experience and the things that are involving their immediate self. So today we are going to talk about how to be and actually feel more powerful. Not just feeling, but actually being a powerful person. And most times when we talk about power, we tend to think that, it's like when you have like a position of authority where you can actually influence your surroundings by the process, or how do I say, by the advantage of the position that you are in, or maybe because you have more money or you are influential and all that. That kind of power, that's not what I'm talking about today. Not that kind of power. I'm talking about inner power, the kind of power that cannot be influenced by someone else's power. Do you understand? The kind of power that is from within, it is yours, and it gives you the authority to be able to control the things around you and control your experiences. Now, today we will be talking about 8 ways that you can take your power back. 8 ways to make you feel more powerful. 8 ways to actually be a more powerful human being. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is that you need to change your language. And by that, I mean most of us use sentences and words that are very demoralizing, very weakening, and very irresponsible. So, for example, let's say you are invited to a party, right? And then you don't want to go. The truth is, you don't want to go. Not because you have anything else to do, but you do not want to go. And they're like, Queen, can you make this party around 5, blah, 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 blah. And then instead of to say, I don't want to go to the party, you go, I can't make it to the party. You can make it to the party, you just don't want to make it. Just say, I don't want to go to the party, or I won't make it to the party. That, when you change your sentence from I can't, which makes it look like, the situation is beyond your control, to I won't, or I will not, or I don't want to, is making you it's showing you that you have control over that situation, and your choice is to not do that thing. It's giving you the power of choice. So you make a choice not to go. Not that, you don't have a choice and you can't go because something else is beyond your control. No, it's just that you don't want to go. Finish. So I don't want to go, or I won't go for the party. It's very direct, and it shows that you had the decision making in that situation, not that a situation was made for you. I mean, there are many ways that we use demoralizing words or weakening words that sort of subdue our authority or our ability to make choices. Use words that are powerful to you. Don't use words that demoralize you. Don't use words that take you out of your power of choice. Always use words that encourage your power of choice, and always choose right for you. And there's always time to make better decisions. Now, another way to be more powerful and another way to feel more powerful is taking responsibility for your actions. And this point goes along with which is also the next point, you not blaming others. And I'm going to talk about these two together. So you taking responsibility for your actions and you not blaming others. And here is what I mean. So you and someone are responsible for a project, right? And you are assigned to like maybe half of the project and person the other half. It's your job to actually do your half of the rest of that project. Now, the person not doing the other half is not your responsibility. But when you guys have to present this project, right? and you failed the project because the other person didn't do it, you cannot now go, oh, it's not my fault. That's a very, that kind of sentence is very victimizing. And if you think about it, oh, it's not my fault, it's probably not your responsibility to have done that part, but it is absolutely your fault because that person is your partner and it was your job to actually make sure that that job or that part of the project was done, if you know what I'm saying. So don't go around blaming people for things that you should have done, or things that you're responsible for, or things that you are involved with. Once you are involved with something, I always say, if you want to do something, make sure that you do it with the whole of your ability. Like, do something as if you are the only person doing it. You cannot just be like, oh, I'm going to leave this with you forever. Like, oh, just do it. And then until somebody proves themselves trustworthy enough and competent enough to actually complete a particular task, it is very irresponsible of you to then release all power to that person, assuming that they will do it. Now, the fourth point is, don't blame yourself. Like, talking about inner power, like, right, it is incredibly amazing how people just want to blame themselves, and instead of that, like, giving them more power, instead it takes away their power. Oh, it's my fault that this didn't happen. Oh, if I had known, I would have done this. Or if I had known, I would have done that. If I had known, this is the situation you're in. Always look at things face it factly, like exactly as it is. Okay, so this didn't go well because of this. You don't have to blame yourself and cast every burden in the world and put it on top of your head. No, it's absolutely not necessary. But face facts. This is what happened. This is how it goes. Make sure that every choice you make is to the best of your ability, so that you can sit down and relax. Like, you can then assess the situation and be like, did I do my best? And if I didn't, then next time I will do my best. Next time I will make better choices. Next time I'll pick better partners. Next time I'll do whatever it is that I have to do to make it 100%. That is how you should look at it. Not constantly saying, oh, this is my fault and I should have done this, and I should have will not change what is already done. But I will, and I intend to, and this is what my plan is what actually gives you the power for future decision making or future events. Number 5 is extremely funny. Don't indulge in pity parties. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how important this thing is. See, pity party can be so comforting. You're like, oh, so this happened to me, and then you gather a group of your friends, and then you guys talk about how saddening or how, crumbling that situation was, and how that person is a bad person, and how that event was very horrible, and how everybody treated you bad, and all of that. Like, it is so, it's so enveloping that sitting down in a pity party for a long time is something people don't mind doing at all. And that very situation takes away all your power. Always remember that the energy that you put around you is extremely important. No matter how bad the situation is completely depends on your outlook. So don't surround yourself with pity party people. Instead, look for an environment that encourages you to find your inner strength, or like find a space where you can talk about your problems and get criticism, counseling, and encouragement, and a plan to actually move forward and do better. That's what I'm saying, as opposed to just wallowing in your sorrow. If you have tried any of these points before in your personal life and you've seen a change, please let me know in the comment section below. What exactly did you do that changed you, that changed your perspective, that put you in a position of power, as opposed to appearing weak or being weak or thinking like you're not capable of something. If you've tried any of this before, or you've done something completely different from what I've said, then let me know in the comment section below. And also remember to like this video. Now, point number 6, and I've said this before, your inner thoughts. Your power, I think most of your inner power, if not all, most of your inner power comes from your inner thoughts. The Bible perfectly says it, as a man thinketh, so he is. How a man thinks, right? That's how he acts. That's how he is. His inner thought is that like your inner thought is you. You are your inner thought. Your inner thought is you. If you think like you are a weak person, if you utter words like you're a weak person, if you move, even in the way you walk, if you walk like a weak person, if you take your actions, if you're given a project or something, a client comes to you and says you should do this, and you are doing like you are incompetent, you will produce an incompetent or a very mediocre job. Move, act, think like a powerful person, because you are powerful. Your power is within you. I'll repeat that again. Your power is actually within you. Your inner thought has to be programmed in such a way that when negativity comes, your inner thoughts actually stands in defense for you, stands in a place of strength and in a place of power for you. So always remember that those small voices are constantly chattering and telling you can't do this, you can't do that, oh, this situation seems impossible, oh, this is too big, oh, are you sure you want to be associated with this, are you sure this is something you can do in the long term or in the long run? Always find ways to counter those inner chattering, annoying, demoralizing thoughts. This is something you have to do for yourself. You have to read books, you have to stay in environments, you have to constantly feed yourself with empowering words, with empowering messages, with empowering situations, so that these words, these little chipping off words, don't actually affect you, but instead are countered by more powerful words. Now, point number 7. I think this is something that everyone should even be very grateful for and rejoice about. Remember that you are in control of everything. Now, let me say this sentence, not that you are in control of what happens to you, like you're not in control of life experiences, like how life is happening to you. No, you are not in control, but you are in control of how you view these experiences. When someone says something bad to you, you are in control of how you reply. When someone treats you bad, you are in full control of your emotions, like total control. When whatever event, situation, life, emotions, actions, whatever happens to you, you are in full control of how you respond to these situations. One thing I learned recently is that whenever something happens to me, what I have to say is I can handle it. And that has helped me so very much. If this happens, just say, I can handle it. Normally I'll be like, oh my God, this is too much for me. But when a situation presents itself and you go and say words like, I can handle it, I can do this, I can fix this, this can be done. Literally watch how suddenly, like a door opens, a light bulb goes off in your head. You actually find a way out of that situation, or a way through that situation, or find a way to actually manage that situation, that you're not overwhelmed. So remember that you are in full control of your emotions, of your actions, of your thoughts, of your response to everything. Everything is under your control. And these are not just words to make like play under your, because it's actual fact. It is actual fact. How you think is very important to who you are. So when you're asking yourself, who am I? When you're really asking yourself, who am I? How powerful am I? What kind of person do I want to be? Just sit down and assess the way you think. How do you think? However you think is exactly who you are. You don't need to go too far. And if you want to change who you are to be who you want to be, then change your mindset, change your thought process to be a more powerful individual. Now to the last point number 8. And this one helps you for the future. Like, if this is where you're trying to be, if you being powerful is where you're trying to go, then this is the word for you. Always make choices towards growth. Always make choices towards increase. Always make choices towards excellence. Always make choices towards upliftment. Always make choices towards increase. Always make choices towards growth. So if you are trying to go from point A to point B, every choice that you make has to lead you to point B. And it sounds like a lot of pressure, but it is really not. Like, although it is easier said than done. But what I'm saying is, it will take repeated trials, repeated, errors before you actually get these choices right, before you actually know, oh, this is the choice that takes me to point B. But you always need to put that at the back of your head, that point B is where I'm trying to go. Does this decision I'm taking, does it lead me towards point B? And that, if I feel like that is the perfect place to end. All right, that is all I have for you guys. Remember that everything you need to know is right in the description box below, from what I'm using to film this video to things that are related to what I just spoke about. I really would like to hear from you guys what you think someone can do to be more powerful. What did you do to make you be more powerful? How did you feel more powerful amongst your peers, your colleagues, in a situation where you felt like it might have been too intimidating? How did you feel more powerful? How did you become the kind of person that you are? And if you don't mind, please share that in the comment section below. I'm there to actually communicate and learn. Always learning, obviously. If you liked this video, remember to give it a like and then subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And also, please share this video with anyone that you think would actually benefit from these videos. Like I said, this channel is literally for self-improvement, self-development. That is what this channel is for. So if you are on a journey of self-development and a personal growth, and you know someone who is actually interested in something like that, share this video with them. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.